The crisis in Cuba continues. Cuban doctors now speaking out about the government's characterization of the COVID-19 pandemic, and members of the local exile community reveal what activists on the island are planning to do next. Local 10's Liam Morejón has the story.
In recent comments, Cuba's healthcare minister put the blame on the issues happening in Cuba's hospitals on the healthcare workers. Well, the doctors really took issue with that. They came out publicly in videos saying that the Cuban government is mischaracterizing what's happening.
Médico del Hospital Vladimir Ilyich Lenin.
Doctors in Cuba speaking out against the communist regime and how the government is characterizing the country's healthcare crisis, now exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic, a lack of oxygen and medicines.
Doctors are standing up to the regime. They're not allowing the regime to turn them into scapegoats.
Orlando Gutierrez Boronat with the Assembly of the Cuban Resistance says it's just another example of protest by the Cuban people, who've been loudly speaking out about the communist regime in unprecedented ways since last month.
Throughout its history, the regime has blamed others for its own mistakes.
They want freedom.
Activists on the island posting these videos pushing for a national strike. The Cuban government hoping to crack down on dissent online past Decree 35, which targets speech deemed harmful to the state.
I think the regime is trying to stick its thumb into the crack of the dam, and the water's coming through, pouring through, and that water, that pressure, comes from the Cuban people.
The end is near, and we have to take advantage of the fear that the government is having at this point.
In a news conference today at the headquarters of Brigade 2506 in Little Havana, Cuban-American business leaders announced they will not do business with small and medium-sized companies on the island, but will establish a private fund to benefit Cuban entrepreneurs on the island once it's free.
We're not going to invest into the regime. We're going to invest in freedom.
And according to those Cuban exiles we spoke to, that worker strike is already underway in some parts of Cuba. Reporting in Hialeah, I'm Lian Morejón, Local 10 News.